Hey everyone, welcome to Stakehouse Community Call number 12. Happy December, everyone. It is good to see everyone here. For those who are joining us for the first time, the Stakehouse Community Call is a bi-weekly call that focuses around discussions for lowering the technical bar to staking, as well as the general health of the beacon chain. We call Stakehouse, or I guess Stakehouse is kind of an extension of the eStaker community that's focused on this like tool building and things like that. And we are excited to be here. So it's good to see everybody. I just want to give a quick shout out to some of the folks who make this possible. Remy is the wizard behind the scenes here, running our stream and doing a lot of the coordination, and also managing the Discord now since Buddha couldn't make it today. So big shout out to Remy, and then also Mike Shaw, why not, over here taking notes and helping out with a lot of the agenda and stuff. So it's good to see you guys here. Also a lot of familiar faces. I see the Stereum folks, James, Graspon, lots of people here. So it's fun. I wanted to kick things off with just a bit of an update, logistical update for the future of these calls. So we've been running these calls for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months now, largely centered around the building and development of multi-client GUIs. And we are going to talk about that a little bit today, but December 1st, actually, first of all, happy birthday to the beacon chain. This day last year, a couple hours ago, the beacon chain launched, and yay! Let's get some applause. So pretty exciting there, and I think that kind of inspired this Superfizz tweet back, I think in like June or July, about pushing the community to develop multi-client GUI tools by December 1st. And it's been really exciting. And unfortunately, we didn't get the Wagyu Installer done by December 1st, but like we've had some really great conversations with folks like Stereum and DAppNode and Chain Guardian about the complexities, and a lot of different things have come out of these conversations, like the key management API, which we'll hear from James about in a little bit. So very excited for the progress that we have made. We'll share more specific updates on each of the projects in a second. But just as far as the community calls go, more of a logistical update, we are going to we're going to be shifting to a little bit of a different format in 2022. And a lot of things are still TBD, and we're trying to figure out what the best value of using these community calls is going to be going forward. And so we're going to probably be shifting to a monthly cadence instead of biweekly. And we will send out information on the next one probably early next year, but I imagine, or maybe late this year. We'll let you know. But the next call probably will be early in 2022, and we're gonna shift things around. So please, if you guys have any feedback or if you have any ideas for how we can most effectively continue to foster this community, please feel free to reach out. Now, that being done, I want to shift into the actual agenda items for the call. So we will jump into updates for multi-client GUIs. Why don't we pass on over to the Stereum team? I see them here.
Hey, yes, of course we are here. Thank you. David, can you share your screen? So you want to start with the roadmap, David? Or with, okay. So no problem. We released in November last month an app that enables you to monitor your node remotely with your smartphone. You basically get your alerts from Grafana on your phone if there is something happening. The pairing is done with a QR code. It contains an ID of the node, so it can identify the messages, and an encryption key. So it's good to know that every message that is sent to our server and read by the app is fully encrypted, end-to-end encrypted. So we can't read anything you send. We just know that there is a message and somebody picks it up, and that's it. The Android release is already done for this. We're working on iOS. Unfortunately, the App Store is not that easy anymore to deploy new projects there. So it might take a month or two more to get the iOS version, but we're on it.
Awesome. That looks great. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. There will also be a link that we send out where you can watch the full video of the Stereum monitor app. So you get a full picture of how it works and how to pair and so on. Right now it's only available on testnet because we're still trying to figure stuff out, but we will release it soon for mainnet too, for mainnet nodes.
Very nice. This is awesome. I see you put the link in the Stakehouse chat. So this is awesome. I'm going to paste it on the YouTube as well right now. Very cool. Was there anything else you guys wanted to share?
Yeah, we want to talk about our roadmap, which is now finished for the next few months. We will do a lot of refactoring. That includes that we will be offering users to select services independently. So right now you need to choose from a complete setup and then customize it a bit. But in the future, you, for example, only run a validator on one server or only run a beacon node and connect from another validator server that you set up with Stereum to this beacon node and so on. So it will be way more flexible on how to set up and spread services across multiple servers. Also, we will introduce some heavy automated testing. This will also cover compatibility between the services. And for this, we also will have some technical documentation. This was some of the critique that we got from the last security audit that we had in September, that we barely have any technical documentation. So we will work on that too. And of course, security audits are always good. So we will have another one in the next months. We don't know yet when, but we will keep an audit when we roughly finish the whole refactoring stuff. And of course, we are supporting the merge if it happens in the next few months. Nobody knows. You can also see on the page that David shows you that there is an architecture diagram of the new architecture. There is also a POC, so this won't change much anymore. For Stereum 2.0, how we call it internally, we completely redesigned the UI because we got also some critiques from users that said the UI wasn't very nice. We will also enable users to switch clients fast. I think there was a challenge from Superfizz, right? And he called for some project to do this by the 1st of December. Well, we couldn't achieve it yet, but we're working on it. The next big thing we want
awesome to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. The next big thing we want to focus on is express installations. So you just choose a use case, like I want to stake, and everything gets done automatically. You don't need to choose a client or a beacon node or something. Everything is done for you and randomly. And also takes into account some majority clients or like prism. So if you press 10 times on the use case stake, then you shouldn't get 3 or 4 times prism. You should maybe only get it 1 time or even only 0 times. So to get it more distributed between the client teams. We'll also introduce a feature to switch networks fast, so you can try your setup on the testnet first, and then with a few clicks, just switch to the mainnet and use your hard-earned ether on your own node on mainnet. Another thing I want to talk about is the internationalization we want to introduce. For this, we will give away some bounties. So if you're interested into translating the UI or also the web page, we will give away a bounty. Then, if you're interested, you can email us or reach out to David.
Please,
We
yeah.
might also want to do it through Gitcoin, but we will see how this works and so on. So nothing concrete yet. We'll also spread out some execution clients to some execution clients, because right now we only support Geth, right? So we'll also want to include more execution clients there, and introduce a slashing protection on import, where we check if this validator is already active on mainnet and block the user from importing this already active validator. And last but not least, we will introduce a naming of validators. This was also a highly requested feature from users that we got. They want to name validators on their staking node. Some run like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 validators on one node and share this node with other people. And it's handy if you just can name the validators and know, oh, this is David's validator, and this is Stefan's validator, and this is Colfax validator. I think, David, can you share the roadmap link
Yeah.
in the Discord, please? Thank you.
Go.
We'll also integrate blocks SSV in the next few months. I will shortly explain what SSV is. SSV is a new form of staking where a user can introduce his key to the network and choose certain trusted operators to stake with it. And each of these operators is in talks with each other through a service, in this case blocks SSV. And it makes sure that only one of these 4, 5, 6 selected servers or nodes are actually attesting and proposing blocks each epoch. We'll also do a custom UI for them and integrate MetaMask, so you can change your name of the operating node or rename it, or whatever tasks you can perform with an operator. And of course, we are in talks with other services as well, because Blocks SSV is obviously not the only service that is very interesting, not only technology-wise. Last but not least, there is a new Gitcoin grant round. So if you feel that you want to support us, please drop us some coins. And thank you very much for your ear.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. David, can you take care of it?
Already on it.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah, I forgot to mention at the beginning, but today's the kickoff for Gitcoin grants round. I forgot which number, but it starts, their call I think actually starts at noon or in 45 minutes right after this. So yeah, support a lot of those great projects. That was a really awesome update, guys. Thanks for sharing all that. Just want to highlight, first of all, I want to highlight somebody in the YouTube chat has already volunteered to help with Spanish. Jewel La, I think. So make sure, Jewel, please reach out to the Stereum team, and I'm sure you guys can work together on that. That would be awesome. I also want to highlight the excitement
that can translate would be awesome.
Yeah. So anybody else interested in translating, if you are bilingual, definitely reach out. Very excited about the client switching. That was one of the core parameters in the Superfizz challenge, and it will have so many benefits to have simple switching of clients. So that's really exciting to hear that it's on your roadmap.
Yeah, it turns out it's harder than I thought. That's why it's got delayed so much. And we also had some other things to deal with, technical wise. So this got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. But I'm pretty confident we will be implementing it in the next few months.
Awesome. Yeah, it's definitely hard to implement. And that's why efforts like what James is doing with the standardized APIs are definitely going to help future tooling.
Yeah, I completely agree on this statement. Yes. That's also why we focus now on optimizing simple testing and only focus on very complex testing with manual tests.
Remy, I am not sure if you unmuted yourself on the YouTube stream while talking about that. Oh, you did? All right, cool. Awesome. Just making sure. Sorry, go ahead, Graspon. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was just asking if they already had ideas on what mechanisms they'll use in the switching to prevent any kind of slashings.
Well, first of all, we make sure that the other service. Let's say you have two validators on the same node, because this is the simplest case, right? If you have two servers, two separate servers, and one validator on each, and you want to switch server, that's a very hard case. But if you just have two validators on one server, then you can make sure that the first validator gets shut down. Then you wait, for example, 2 epochs. That's very safe. And then start to migrating the keys, and only then ramp it up again. So you need to make sure that the other validator isn't proposing anymore or testing anymore, and then start up the other servers after 2 epochs or something like that.
Right. So that's what y'all will likely do in your solution there.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to do it, to be very safe, because nobody wants to cause some slashings.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Sounds good. That's what I did too when I switched my client. I waited 2 epochs just to be like super careful. So I think that's a smart thing to do. Cool. Now I'll talk for just a quick second about the Wagyu installer and sort of the state of that, and then I'll pass off to Remy to talk about the Wagyu KeyGen. As you guys know from previous calls, we've shifted focus from building the actual Wagyu installer and the client switching tools there to building the Wagyu KeyGen tool. And so I don't have much of an update for the Wagyu installer other than it will be our focus going forward once the KeyGen project is out the door. And so I don't really have like a target date for when the Wagyu installer will launch, but we're going to be working hard at building that sort of for the rest of December going into next year. So unfortunately did not hit the December 1st milestone set out by SuperFizz, but definitely some progress was made, and excited about the progress we made on KeyGen. So I want to pass off to Remy to talk about the Wagyu KeyGen project. Remy, sorry to interrupt you. For some reason, I don't hear you on the YouTube stream.
Try to fix that quickly. There you go. All right, so now people should be able to hear me on YouTube. So I was talking about like the Wagyu KeyGen project, and then what I was saying is that we had an audit We're fixing some of the issues that were found in the audit. Nothing serious that was found, but there's still a few things that we could do better, which we are currently improving. And probably today we should be able to do like another release of the Wagyu KeyGen that includes everything that was found during the security audit. And so that should complete our product for the Wagyu KeyGen, and it should be very usable after that. We might still work on improving it later on. There's still a few features that we'd like to add, but it should be very secure for anyone to use to create their own validator keys. So that should be that should pretty much be it for the Wagyu KeyGen from us.
Awesome. Yeah, we're super excited to share that and have it be officially mainnet ready, and anybody can use it or integrate it in their apps going forward. It will obviously always be free to use. We'll also publish the audit results once we get the official amended audit back after they review our additional changes. We'll share that with everyone, and we'll publish sort of the links for how you can access the Wagyu KeyGen project. But yeah, so just very excited about that. And thanks for everyone who tested and supported us along the way. We have the POAP available for anybody to claim who tested it. So we'll post that link again. But many people have already claimed.
And we should be able to publish the report as well, the security audit report.
Yep, that sounds great. So anybody can take a look and see that as well. Yeah, the working with auditors was really great. I highly recommend them. So it was good. So let's see here. What's next? I want to now, I don't think we have any of the other multi-client GUI teams here. So why don't we shift over to James to talk about the client APIs?
Oh, there we go. Okay, so for the first, for people who are hearing about this the first time, I'll go ahead and paste the link where our repo is. So amongst the client teams, we're discussing about building these 3 API endpoints proposed by Dab Lion, who is also on the Lodestar team. And essentially providing these REST endpoints natively in our clients so that it can enable the community to build GUIs for our validators. So as most of you already know, Prism currently has the only web UI, which may contribute to some of the client diversity aspects. So we've been working hard at trying to implement these APIs, and over the last few weeks, we've been really getting down into the details. So for those that are interested, please take a look at our GitHub. We have use cases and we have flows. Even though they're 3 endpoints, the testing and each inner works fully. As a response, if you imported a key store into one of these validators and you deleted it before it actually started signing anything. So you deleted it from the validator, and perhaps something in the GUI messed up, so you actually send first a not found status. And there's actually quite a few of these statuses which can create different states. And so we've been carefully discussing what will happen in these cases. Essentially, we want to provide this robust API or anything like expected. So that's a lot of work on the sort of native implementation to the validators. But there's also been a big push for implementing Web3 signers. So the Web3 signer is one by the consensus team, and it's a remote signer. So the validator won't know the keys, and a lot of institutions use this as to not provide the keys directly to the validator. So you just provide the block to this API, and then it will sign it for you. Unfortunately, the Web3 signer previously did not support the 3 APIs that are on the Key Manager APIs repository. But there's an individual called Joaquim that is implementing this on the Web3 signer side. So that's just a little update on that. He's also going to be working on a generic GUI for the clients. So more to come on that.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah, turning it back to Colfax. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks so much. Awesome. So exciting to hear about all these updates. And so keep up the good work. And if anybody's interested in getting involved, this is the repo here is pointed here. Take a look and reach out to James if you want to join this conversation.
Maybe it should be time to talk about the POAP. I don't know if you had anything else.
Quickly, very quickly, I want to call out that somebody else has offered to translate Stereum for you guys. Kevster, who I recognize from a couple different Discord servers, is down to do Dutch. So make sure you guys reach out and get in touch because it'll be helpful for everyone. Also, I acknowledge that James's audio must have been choppy for a couple people. I heard it on my side. So if you miss any information, please reach out to James or we will... Oh, there he is. Hey, Kevster. We'll get you more information on that stuff. So yeah, Remy, why don't you talk about the POAP for this call?
Yeah, so as usual, we have a nice POAP to distribute to everyone. So let me show the overlay on YouTube there. So all you have to do is first fill out the form at the URL. I'll give you the URL here in Discord and in the YouTube chat as well. And so once you have filled the form, we will filter out all the people who put an answer that did not make sense. But if you only answer something that makes sense in the questions, we'll do another website where you'll be able to enter your wallet address to claim the POAP. So make sure to stay in touch with us, and the distribution website will be added to the Stakehouse channel on EveStaker Discord. Right, so that should be pretty much it for the POAP. So all you have to do, fill out the Google form, and then after that we'll do the website distribution for the POAP. As you can see on YouTube, the actual design for the POAP is similar to the last one we had, so it's a nice animated one. So hopefully you'll like it. And that's pretty much all for me. Back to you, Colfax.
I love the design, Remy. Great job. Also, shout out to 1559 for designing the animated Stakehouse to Ethereum logo. Cool. So that's just about it for what I had for structured topics. I want to open it up now to anybody who either wants to talk about a project that they're working on or maybe ideas for future projects. If you want to talk about anything, please unmute yourself or drop something in the chat and feel free to speak up. Cool. So maybe nothing to share today new, but thanks everyone for coming out. And we are excited to continue these calls in sort of a new format. So stay tuned for details. I imagine our next call will be sometime early January, first or second week in January, and we'll share more details on there. If you're watching this and you want to speak or share an idea during the call, or you have some ideas for how you think we can even be more effective to add value to the community, please feel free to reach out. You know where to find me and all of us. So here on this Discord, on the eStaker Discord, discord.io/eStaker, shoot us a message or pop into the Stakehouse chat, and we're open for feedback and excited to see how we can serve the community. So everybody enjoy your December. Happy holidays to everyone, and we will see you in the new year.
Thanks for joining us. Happy holidays.